Welcome to the live. This is Sylvester, the great one, Kwesi Bekwe on the live. Thanks for joining our conversation line. Thanks also for making time and hoping that the trust of the lives and the times would also show us the best and carry us to the level we have also said the Lord indeed responsible for whom He has also put on the charge, and responsibility indeed it is. Because every duty we carry around and carry about needs an energy, needs some information. We need also knowledge to know what to do and then how to go about it. Thanks once again. The only one that creates with one flesh, who is only supposed to be transforming in the generation with the same flesh. He has shown you the real looks of who indeed the Lord present to you. Now, if I live with you in situation and look more, or I create your reality or the beauty of the side or the beauty that you belong, that you know that the angel that is with life and light, he's the only one that can show the good side that you have. That is the only side also that carry the soul that will be taken to that level. Now, if I see any other thing or any other level of yourself which will be not as giving life as here, you know, when you eat from this color, you are to say from this the looks and the intelligence, the knowledge abound in what we are trying to say. That is probably written in Bible, or that a prophet you want to say is saying. It's a part of the conversation but not complete. However, when I eat these spiritual food crushed to the level like this, and you can see what is in it, then it tells what? It tells that it is complete, because the looks of the coconut was in a round shell or in an oval life. That is a complete. So if I give a little part or I give this part out, it means that you should have a knowledge base toward the complete life. However, the portion you'll be given, that it will be measured to. Yet it's unlimited, because it came out from what? The infinite shape. So this is an infinite shape, even though it's known to you. So we'll be calling somebody's name on the channel. So thanks for also joining the conversation line. This is the live as never fake, never fail. Take the channel and see if somebody else is on the live doing the best than myself, as Mission of Minister Sylvester is led and managed just with one personality like this. So whatever I put out there on the channel, except my mission and the mission of the Lord, is this I carry out. Any other personality or showing on art is different. And you know my art. If I don't art, if I don't create, you don't have it. Because I don't bring up somebody's work. So if I want to complete somebody's work on my channel, it means it has come to the level the Lord wished to talk about it. So I'm not the transform to the enemy. No, I can spend the wealth for a virgin to repairing what is damaged where it doesn't have connection to the life. So to the life and to the light, let's see what the Lord has made available. These I cannot say I eat it and I call it opposite. However, when I eat it, I need to give a result from spirit, from flesh, from physical, and whatever role it has to play. Now, I was on a mission today, early as 6 thereabout. I've been trekked and tripped to most of the entrance, being on the road and having maybe a church on the left and a church on the right. Yet they all stand right or stand left, where the Lord decided to place it. And we ask for such things. And to get to the end of the routine, I have one of it from one of the areas where I normally work. Yet I went and worked there, set fire and clean and conduct spiritual things as spiritually. It would be given that whoever can eat of spirit, that minister spirit. For if you cannot minister spirit work, you don't have to have a path even made, journey on the spirit. So Sylvester from Incorruptible birth, from that excellent place, to not come from earth, water, or anything. Whatever any god may claim, until I mention their name, you say they are corrupt. Look, when I say that name, it's already corrupt. It's rotten. They have no function. So that which you are claiming, if I mention any name or any creature, it will be the main. The main. It won't be the level you know, in your level of light. No. When I say any word, it will be the original, because even to have the original live or make known themselves, It's with myself that the original is able to, or the original can come up in the live stream. I asked that give them to eat, but I didn't have anyone giving to eat and making the place they eat dirty. I don't do that. I don't do that because in reality, I am not born common. I'm not a common human being. I am from the royal, which is you can never be born of a royal if you are not from generation to generation. So whoever comes with generation, royal, and the scriptures being with them, whichever one that I came from, that is the highest. I am on this earth showing what is highest. Yet we are yet to get into the place where we call for highest. So I'm not Bonsam, I'm not Satan, I'm not Mau, I'm not Enam, we are not water in it. It will never happen. As there is war, I show you what is war. Whatever the sin may be and what you become. If you do well, the reserve, you will know this. If you haven't planted for this, don't expect to be given. The people who have not learned, yet they eat for lack of knowledge, the fruit of a farmer, the fruit of a prophet, the fruit of the prophetess. The law didn't say that we should do things without understanding. You cannot do things without understanding. If you give to the tall of your opposite your food, it will be spoiled and defiled. If you give your food to the wrong person to eat, the judgment will come in the wrong grounds. But when it finally ended up in the righteous person's hand, the judgment will be that the Lord himself is involved. Even in every situation, the Lord is involved. How you want to say it has been given. For a reason, if the Lord himself is involved, you have to know it. And when he himself comes before you, involvement and also with you, there are two different things. The Lord may be involved, yet he won't be with you with a flesh like this. But I can be involved and be with you. That's when you try or you test the knowledge that if the Lord may reason with you, what you're also reasoning with the word. That is a spirit and flesh, not water. We are not talking through water. I'm not underwater. I've told you that there is no full of a seed from generation beginning to now. I don't have it. Whatever the God or Father or whoever gave you, I've never been given. That a prince should be given no food. I have never had anywhere in the world a prince has not been given food to eat. Because I'm not sitting on any local throne that you came up from. We came up with our own and the scriptures and the teaching and the professor, my home and the soldiers. That's the heavens. So I'm not communicating my life in the life of death. No, the camera is not a dead person. When you give to a wrong person who's seen your food and then you rubbish the Lord that is ministering the food you ate, you will never have any forgiveness of sin. Let me show you this. Let it show us what it will be. Whilst I'm trying to understand it, I have to also display the work. So I've been to the site where they have building materials. So if my work does not match up with what they have to do, I don't think I should eat the food thereof. So don't come and insult the prophet if you are not a prophet. Don't insult the king if you are not a king. Don't insult a soldier when you are not a soldier. Don't insult any place when you are not a place. For the levels and role they play is an instruction, law that you are outside of. You don't abuse it. If you are not born a nation, don't go and talk about nation. Even with this, we'll look at what the Lord says nation with the scripture and the Bible. So that word goes with the seed. So the Lord gives anyone you predestined as a seed or nation with seed. I'm the one the prophets are prophesied to have a seed. So I'll go on my life, and then we'll try and look at one of them that speaketh to myself, I would have a son. And my aeroplane is already taking it. So when you see the aeroplane, the flight taking up and down, is the word. We are from the finest purity of the word and on the mission way. Not that we are the one who came and sow seed of a wrong person. So if the scripture says that for the Son of Man have no place to rest his head, it's because of what? The troubles you have that is unlikely to say we understand other than the law. Because I can't live with my enemy. Know very well that we are with the law. So for benefit of the doubt, you didn't know, that's why you are living with them. But to have these particular words, no, it's very hard to say you know it and then you don't know what should be the charges. All right, that's it. So we need to have that. So when you give to the enemy the food and then they go about doing wrong thing, even on the channel you are hearing from the background, that's how they drag people the gate of hell. So that is when you know it live, that I'm not the one doing it. Yet the people that they have planted alongside, spoiling things along the line. You may be going there, they are also by the side, spoiling things. That's what you have to know. I have no child, I've never given birth. For whether God exists or not, I don't know him. Why? I know the giant in the spirit and in the flesh. But I don't know anybody by the name God. But I know what you are saying is God. Do you understand what I've mentioned? You are saying the name God, or like you are saying God, but you don't know that person. But I know what that which you are saying is. They are not the one healing this flesh, so I know what they are. But you don't know who heals, so you are trusting them for what? That which they are. Yet when it came, they failed. And then where they told you to come from, you don't know. So that which it came from is working the mystery and reality. In that case, you cannot say, I should have faith in you, who is nothing when it comes to food, you don't give, knowledge, you don't give, dominion, you don't have, you don't lead a path because you are not a leader. Sunday is this, sitting here. January is this, sitting here. Sunlight is this, sitting here. The 11th hour. So we have to have the honor and the precepts and other things. So let's look at word from the scripture first when it says nation and seed. So let's take a look at that, because with this you understand what I'm eating came from a seed or creation. So let's find out. Today being that special day, so what are the seeds reserved? We got it. So revered, that's already. So reserved from ancient generation, which didn't happen that time, which did not know what it was, yet predestined until a generation we live in. So we get into the level. So when I came on the live, I realized that there's some cold situation. But how would you know? So that's the level, understanding. All right. So when they place any word God, I want to ask you, since when have we got introduced to the word God? When we are asking, you need to know this. So when they center things on, let's say, Yeshua, you should know the time generation Yeshua came. When a thing also changes to what you're saying, Jesus, you should know when it has also changed. Yet, what the Lord gave, that you should focus on. Now, watch it. Now, the seed reserved from ancient generation, hidden until a predestined time, are primarily the prophetic word of the God, which you want to say the spell. The spell, the God spell. You want to know, the spell means, it just, what you are saying here, it does a spell. The go or the 6 spells. Now, with this, we're going to look at the 6 main spells of the Lord. So, even with this, because you don't know what it is, so I'll show that. And then, and we have also and the original, the time of rule. So, the time of rule. And people who live on that, or the remnant, which are revealed in the end times to make known spiritual time of Ruth and endure the final days as very crucial to be important. So that's why I said the importance. Now, these are incorruptible seeds designed to germinate in the current generation. So I'm the one the prophets have given what the Lord gave them to tell me. The seed, and then the son. And then the prophet has told you, they know I have learned, they said they know I know that I have learned to take life issues one step at a time. It has never happened anyway. Even Yeshua had nobody to prophesy his generation, to know what was happening. But my generation made it available that we have this knowledge. People now tell you the vision. I made it available before this stage. If I didn't make all these things in the meditation at the time of the struggle and war, it wouldn't be like that. It would be somebody gone before you said they told you. After in revelation, no. I made this world a generation that I have to have the word. Tell myself who I am. And that's the prophet and the prophetess. You having it already. It's on the channel we did it last time. So let's watch. So they told you what? The word it says that the incorruptible seed that is reserved is myself here. That's why I've had to do this, and you have had to say it, nothing but to corrupt even that which is not corrupt, that which never corrupt a human being. You corrupt it. So in that case, I have no such word that they want to say is incorruptible. That somebody or an element that came without fault is this you have said it should be the fault. It doesn't repeat a generation here. So that the word for the God, he will be telling us that it is incorruptible, yet it corrupted. So if he, the Lord, is the one who have watched somebody who become incorruptible to corruption, there you have to throw him away. Because we have a new world, that is the millennium. Now, unlike what physical seed, so we have this physical seed and the spiritual seed. So this refers to what? The word of the God that was planted in past generation, yet is what? Specifically unsealed. And the word unsealed here is what? Unsealed. It means it's not led by the marine. So it is what? A word. So the unsealed is simply, it has not been led by the marine. You know, when I started the book, I told you it's with code. That's the marine and depth connected with it. Yeah, that is just with the camera side. There are different forces which have been named camera, because that is the name of that force. So to say I'm supposed to broadcast that the good vision may transmit to the other end The name of the angel that made it possible is a person they call camera. Camera, that's why they have been named to what? The camera works to have it transmit from this to the other end. That's their name, camera. So the camera is not just a camera phone, camera that, no, that's not what it is. What it is what we are saying. What has the Lord given you? What word has the Lord given you from the prophet or prophetess? Have they given you a word that you are the one who have defiled somebody or impregnated somebody? Or are you the one they are prophesying to about marriage? They don't prophesy to this about what you have commonly. You are not the one even working. You are not the one who knows the suffering. So that if a prophet or prophetess prophesy to you about marriage and marriage settlement, what is this? You think the Lord made it? Really? What? So when we say the word unsealed, then I have to tell you the reality what you're saying is unsealed. It is not led as you think marine, like we have the code on the channel. It means like waters. Having the channel broadcast in those levels, other than how it used to be, that we broadcast without code on the things. Because the energy, temperature, or personality that I sit here with or that I live in wasn't the same when I get to the camera. So in that faith, I have to show you what is happening, what the enemy is doing. Now, it's unsealed. It means it has never been led by any marine, like what I am. Being a virgin. You can't say you are that person. You ask yourself, who are you? The life you live, 38 years plus living, that 38 is a code. The month, today is probably what? Let's get to it. Today's day, look at it. If it will be 20, 28 somebody, 29th. So it's Saturday, yes, looks like the time. Yeah, this time we've been able to keep time on the system. As right here showing, it's showing Saturday, Friday, February 28, 26. Yeah, that is, and the time actually. So you see that the time will be very different. It is showing a 300 or 301 now, AM. So if I have to say somebody's AD and I also have AM, we are showing it, or AB. You see, so the ones with the word AB, NAS. So that is the origin that we are saying is the AB you are saying. You see that I've shown AM, AD, and then AB. So AB, we have AM, and we have AD. They are supernatural. That's why I've been carried by what? Righteousness. Which is what? The AB. Which is what? The Abinah or Abinab. That's originally what the Lord predestined in the month or in the day or in the week. It's of the week. What the Lord predestined Tuesday is the prophetic. Like that's the prophet led by birth or prophetess according to the law, birth. And the Sunday myself, the angels with them, giving them the right temperatures. Like if I came and then the channel, we are living life and time with the word is transmitted. How the camera works. If it's not with what, so when I come on the cameras, I'm talking to the camera. So that makes somebody also brought somewhere on the camera or on the television. They are getting the kind of feed they have to have now. Because we don't just use it. When we come up, we have to tell what the state of the camera is in the healing. Or as some of you don't know that when you're getting through or you're getting or journey in the system or somewhere. Like you dream. How you say that dream or yourself dream it. Yeah, that's what I can say. Let's get out to this. So that the word continues to say, that would be unsealed. Which want to say that the word of the God that was planted in the past generation, yet what is specifically unsealed. So that you're saying unsealed. So you see on the surface of the waters, you go there, you are seeing the waters already or the sea. Yet you have never walked on sea. That's another meaning to it. How you can use the water and then the sea. Now what we're going to say, what it means. In this, we'll find it again. Even as I've made known to you, highlighting the area and sealed. You don't notice it because whoever is not been given, you cannot have it like that. That give them to eat or to drink. So that I stop blaming some of the challenges on somebody. But when they sin, you have to give them according to the law. what they have done to that level. Because when we go to the church and we ask for somebody or some food or to remind them of what they have promised in the past they will do, they haven't done it. Yet the nation building is my work they are showing. They have no role playing in the Bible. Do you agree? If you have no role playing in the Bible or with the Bible or the text, make you only a reader. Just saying it as it has been written without function. However, when I came talking about the Mason, the Freemason or the Mason side, that one we are seeing the houses being built, building it. You see how different it is practically? Now, watch here. That you want to say all understood in its what completeness during the last days. That's what is required right now. Now, it is the poya. It is the poya of the what? Of the gospel. So they say what? That you let it go according to the spell of the Lord or the God or the gods. So the God spell or the go spell, that spell should be invoked on somebody or revoked or removed. That's what it is. That brings us what? Life to a corrupted world. So we are in the world that was corrupt. That's where you are saying it with a meaning. If this world was not corrupt, I wouldn't come to suffer anything. Now, point 2 here. Now, the remnant seed. So we have how many seed? Look, the incorruptible seed, which is what? The word of the God or the sword or the CZ or the 90s. It is right here, which is reserved. And also what? The remnant seed, which is also for the people. So the incorruptible seed is for what? The word itself from the Lord and for the Lord himself, the God himself, the ruler himself. And then the descending authority, the seed that also made people. So the one who made the word of the God is different seed from the seed that is people as referred to people. Now you know it for the first time. That when I come to church, we are not the same. You came from a seed not known to us until we discover you. And you would have to show that among people, you are the best the Lord gave or reserved, that I may welcome you, or that you would also welcome that which is above you, or that which made the seed you came. Now, what are the remnant seed as referred grouping for people? These are individuals, sons and daughters, chosen, not sons and daughters as you just call yourselves. These ones deal with chosen. So from among people, the ones that are elected or chosen by the Spirit and the law working. So chosen to what? To bring forth fruit for the final harvest. So do you understand what I'm saying? That if the Lord sowed virginity or vegetation and life and incorruptible seed, the people under it must be as also incorruptible human being or incorruptible people, because the seed that the Lord said you should have it and bring to him should be incorruptible. Also watch that they are described as a seed that is reborn. So I cannot be born of my enemy, as the showing and works and wandering and powers of poya. So you see what they said, poya, to go with. So the Lord didn't let the word poya become corrupt, never. So when you corrupt who I am, you are saying that my seed from beginning is corrupt. So we will show who indeed is corrupt. That Lord or that personality who is trying to be in the position of the word itself, incorruptible. So to have a dominion to say, from the incorruptible I hail, that I have come to the level of corruption with people to show that before I can select any human creature, or if I can select the people from people, unless you are incorruptible. Now, who is also never led, nor have never been understood, to the level they operate as sealed. This is never sealed. I've never been sealed. That's why we came from what? Mountainous, hills, gardens, creation source. Not on what we are. My parents are not fishermen, they are not all those things. We are in the kingdom royal and professor in the teaching. So when the teaching gets to you any distance, to any level, then that is from the source kingdom royal. That's why philosophy comes from where the Lord gave the seed and nation. So the nation source is this, to where the Lord chose from among the people, the ones keeping the rule or law. It won't be you calling yourself people, I don't know you. It will be calling yourself the God led, I don't know you, except you have made known the incorruptible. And that is the spirit which makes it different. Now watch again, that if it is to reborn, I have never given birth. Yet the Lord gave her the prophecy, for that which I am keeping is clean and holy, or entirely the Lord's word, which I have had to keep also, or keep away from human being, and keep for what? The Lord's reuse and purpose. And you have made yourself opposite, yet you are saying the Lord is watching over you, calling wrong people to eat because they came from your seed. I didn't come from your seed. So you do it according to what? Your blood, that's what you are doing. Yet the spirit know not your blood. So watch out carefully, that in the spirit to carry the natural of what? Their source. So if you are a people called, you have to know the source. What you are trying to say is incorruptible. However, if you are corrupt, you are not from the source of incorruptible God. I hope you understand this very well, that a corrupt human creature or a corrupt people are not from the source incorruptible. So we are not the same, we are not wedded, we are not twins. I have never been born two male from one woman. It's never true, I'm the only one. So if you want to say, as many as you are called or made known in the world to be human being or people, you thinking that you are being birthed from the Lord, you don't know that you are not from the source that is incorruptible. You have been made as a thing, yet you came from your own corruption. That is your source. I didn't come from that. So when it happens like that, what do you do? That is where you have what that is. So he described what? Look at it again. That the remnant seed, which he called people. Now, from this, what it means to say that these, so he's giving you the definition and delegating and appointing what he meant to say the remnant seed. So the remnant seed is what? The people he called, sons and daughters chosen to what? To bring forth fruit for the final harvest. So the final harvest, which is the end of the world, that is what they say it should be. That a verdict with virgin or light, the lamp with fuel. Not that when you are a human being, then your fuel is, or you are a sinner. You are once a sinner. That's not a seed. You are not coming to him. Well, so as the coconut is not corrupt, so I can say, this is what the Lord eat. So if I keep this, and the birth of the person who also give this, that is how you should see the oil working. That you are taking the place of people who are not corrupt. And you the corrupt, you are calling yourself the Lord. So your corrupt God or God is not the Lord, as we have the incorruptible and the corruptible. My code and key to open to knowledge, and from the food we eat, the natural. So let's listen. So in the case where he is describing it and defining who they are, remnant seed. So he defined it and also described it. So how did he define what he, the Lord, that predestined? The remnant seed. They are what? Individual sons and daughters, chosen to what? To bring forth fruit for the what? The final harvest. They are what? So explaining this to what? Describing it. They are described as a seed that is what? Is reborn. So the people who once, you want to say, they will be birthed again to flesh. These are the same people that will be rebirthed, so that they have to be at the end of the world to the time like this, final. They are talking of final harvest. This one is not what used to happen and how it used to happen. This one is the final harvest. So that's why I tell you what you don't know where we are living, and you think it's a joke. When I see the war, world war is on. When they talk about it, you thought it's a joke. When USA is involved with the judgment given, that you don't see as a joke. It is the reality. Because when USA is now fighting for its reality, other than the curse that you invoke and the fake prophecies the Lord gave, then we show you the Lord that is not as they think people are. I am not telling you I'm different from any of them. You can't be using my strength to fuel wrongdoing. Now, that is reborn in the spirit to carry what? To carry the nature of what? The natural of what? Or on their source. So that is. So that's why I wasn't birthed anywhere than in Nkonya, so that I can tell best to where it connected to the west. Now we have also this one, that prophetic understanding. So the prophetic understanding. Let's say if I had to go to the church to give how it is, how they are doing things, and what it looks like, and what they may be giving as judgment, then watch here. Now the prophetic also understanding. The prophetic understanding, even as mentioned in the Dan 12:4, that the number 12 is reserved for this, and the food on the table you didn't put right here. And you know how many times 4 is in 12? 3. So 3 is 3. The one you should have given the food and the table prepared, you failed to do it. So if nature in itself knows that I'm not fake, then I have to show that, yes, that I'm the one living among them. Now, to also knowledge of the end time, you see, this is what exactly the Lord needed somebody to understand, to carry out the exact time, so that we create it and let it be. The Lord said it won't fail. So we take the law and the one who predestined the word incorruptible out of troubles and traumas of the word and language, which some of the things happening, the Lord didn't expect it. Yet he knows it will happen. How the Lord himself make a war, taking themselves out of trouble, this and that, and hearing back and forth. You need to understand that. So the end time, knowledge of end time and the prophecy is a reserved. That's why the Lord reserved to save. So if you came as a serving generation, you have to look for the reserve and to serve the purpose. So 7, 7, 7. If you came as a 7th generation, as they told you, Enosh or Hanok and Hakulen, how they came 7 generations, because the Bible told you specifically that Enoch, who was born what? 7th generation. He was the right person to have the word describes 7th generation. So anybody that comes from his word or prophecies that even not reserved in the Bible, when you see anybody 7, then you are seeing what? Born on 7th generation to serve the reserve. So what is the reserve? The reserve is the purpose for which you are birthed, to discover. That is an archaeologist if you are one of them. To discover the hidden. And that is the hidden revealed also after what you discovering it. Also watch here carefully that revelation specifically for the time of the end. So instead of today have to be what? Maybe Saturday or Saturday. Saturday. You didn't know that is also life. So the secret. Now what the point 4? The secret seed. So these are the seed you didn't know. The incorruptible seed, which is originally for the word of the sower, the ruler himself. That we tell you the world cannot be without a ruler. In flesh, complete flesh. And then the remnant seed, which is a seed for people to that level. Then descending to what? The prophetic understanding. That is another seed. To know where and what is reserved. So that it's a prophet level to know some of these things. So that you don't just talk, yet you are led by the Spirit. Yet you also want like a people. That's why. So to be a prophet out of the people, that's a chosen. Do you understand? So to be once, let's say a people like this, and then you discover what you have to do, then you have become, the word described here as what? Sons and daughters of men. Yet carrying the original nature, how they were birthed originally from the word. Then they become prophetic. That is understanding the source to where they have to serve. As it is written for the end of the times. So the secret seed, this one is also another secret to do. That the parable, the last time what we said is a parable. So peradventure you meet Abel, that is a prophetic word. So that word is quickening love, affair, But not what you understand. It is with creation source. This one is higher. This one carried a key code to that level on the fourth. So how I pronounce it is what had opened it to what it is. That I am connected to the source right now. That there's a great virgin, the prophetic, higher level. And the source, this one is different. Look at it. This is the sower. You see that even without reading, without carving, without doing it, once I measured it, it is activated. That the parables, so I didn't say what? That per what? Able. That if you can, for the sower clarifies that the seed is the word of the God. Do you understand that? Intended to what? To grow in the what? The state of the art. At he. That is it. This word. This time we show you what it means. He art. He the Lord, the creator. That's what it is. He art. The one who made the beauty. The one who is without corruption. So that you won't be saying heart. That you think is in the heart. Like what you call heart inside your flesh. That is corruption. So that the state of the art. That the Lord been talking of, the state of the Lord, or where the Lord himself dwell. He doesn't dwell in the heart. However, the word heart was not what you're saying heart. The Lord dwell in the state of the art. Not to say in your heart. Yet it has been written to know if something should quicken your heart, then the Lord may be talking to you. Because of what? The kind of level it has been linked. So watch carefully. That for those who are predestined to understand it, while it remained hidden from others. What a word. Now these seeds are not meant to be revealed, or these seeds are not meant to be washed, however, to bear the final fruit of what? Righteousness in the current generation. So whatever you have done, ask yourself and the Lord, what is it you've done? What is it you've done? That you can say the Lord says you should marry? Is it a seed here? No. So it's not a seed, so you've done the wrong thing. For what you have been calling seed, this, marry and that's not a seed for the end. Because for what has been reserved today, look at the four main parts or four main region of what we're saying. There's no marriage issue here than the law and the righteousness growing somebody, something or supernaturally importance, growing importance. We did not come from what? Our enemies. You don't have to do that. Our enemies could not be the seed, yet you have made some of them to take your place and share with you, corrupt you, and then will not become what you think the Lord made. And you are saying that's what the Lord has given. I don't know which of the son of the Lord. Even that we are yet to know. If you are one of them, where is it? Show it. My name with congratulations. A world certificate. We don't need to say it should be paper, yet what? That which the Lord predestined. Do I have to adorn myself with the covering of the side? So maybe like this. Then I'll change. So that the remnant like this, you don't have to use this to wipe your opposite. You can't use that which is light to wipe that thing. So if today I haven't sinned or haven't broken law, I did a wise, not to say wise, I did what I have to say on the prolate or whatever it is, yet it was not known. But that is how I did it. And we went and found that having sport, you got up today, you spoiled a tissue. Because today is the second time we've done something with tissue or tiro. I didn't have to. But what I did today was that I carry tissue or tiro to have visited where I have to visit with tiro. And I didn't visit that place. I rather went out with whatever will push myself to get to that place. I didn't go there. I went out on street, and in the various places I need to go work, and I did it to work out the best, and I did it. Apparently, getting to the end, I saw what somebody was going to do even without this one, and that's where we found. Later, when I've even left for the place, set fire there to go and work spirituality, so that I'm not made what? Opposite, because I carry the tissue without going to what? To the place you thought I would have to go with, clean like this, light like this. You see that it's light on its own. So how could I use it to be wiping things out without understanding? That is what you thought you are wise to do, and you did it wrongly, because you used this to wipe your back to that place without understanding what they are before you. That's how can you make virgins or the righteousness of the Lord, you are making them to think they are rather opposite your life, because you are using them to wipe. So the one who taught you how to use the tiro as light and white, beauty as it is, to wipe that part, other than covering ourselves as a robe. Let me show you that. Other than what? Showing it like this. Other than doing this, there you have been judged. Because when I went out on street today, those of you who went today, early as it is today, to visit the washroom, I went and saw your sin outside on street somewhere, in the house of somebody, that you have gone to make the thing. And I carried the tissue to that place. Yes. Do you understand what we're saying? At least to adorn this personality with what it is. You couldn't call yourselves what you call it, because what you know about what is happening today. Until level here, and then look at what you've done. Look at the one who wear a little feet, the carving, the arc, the curves originally gave for to visit that place, and I went to defile the place. Even with the WC, you see, you don't call something WC, or you don't call anything WC to be that which you defile. When you defile anything, the Lord will ask for it. So even if you think you are in the sinful manner, and you sin, and that you see the righteous person being punished or reserved in the wrong, even as you know very consciously you did the wrong, and an opposite is being punished for your wrong, you have no place in the Lord for that which have taken place. Is the things that have eaten not as white as it is here? Isn't that as wise, and what you want to say wise white, then wise white, and then we want to say don't even call it wise, just say what? As purity, as it is light glowing. So this is why we say glowing. So you don't call something glory, you are saying this glowing. Is the nature also, is the natural, is it also showing what it is here? So is the white, as you want to say white, is that person seeing it reality? Where have we made it? Or like you see a cotton, wool is showing white, or wool is showing light, that they are blossom on the street or in the field. That, have you ever seen this place where they planted? It's on my channel where I made a well. I just dig a little, like 2 feet, and then the water spring into it. That is how the resettlement cottage. Now watch here. With this, can you say that when this one is in a state undefiled, the relationship to this, they relate? Look at that, they relate, right? They are showing light. Look on the screen, light. Are they light? Yes. So we'll be using these elements in the what? In the thumbnails. Whether you agree or not is already showing. Watch here. Watch now. Is a fabric. You see, look at that. Is a fabric as white as it is, as light as the glow? Look at the reflection. Are they not showing light? Or is this not as we are also eating it, but do we get transformed? Have we been transformed? Or are they not showing light? Or are they not glowing? Or what I put on the hair Do you not see it as it feeds whom life is? Or you didn't know this? Let's watch carefully. Let me once do this and try this something out. Let's put it on. So, watch what is here. If I've been born or be birth or rebirth, so that's why you can say reborn or rebirth. To show what? Look at the glory on it. Look. You see what is reading? They say what? 12 quarters. So, we have the what? The 12 quadrant. I want us to get it well. You know, we don't just see it as a word until I mention it. So we got, let's say, the number that we were showing, the 12 and the 3 and the 4. How many times? How many times will 3 go into this? 4. How many times will 4 go into this? 3. But what do we see here? 1 plus 2 is 3, right? So that's what it is. That whether it's 4 or 3, it is to sum up 7 generations. The one who have 4 and the one who have 3, just making the weak, who have more than the others. Now, that is what? The quadrennial. So the quadrennial, you have seen the work of it. Delegates Congress. Did you see that works? As if today a group is not at the Congress. As if today in the Teshi area here, just around myself, another group who have a Congress. So how the Lord select, even that which happened, you don't know it. Yet what I talk about today will be revealing in reality, not hope. This is it. So if you don't understand, we have it. You see the reflection? This will show that. If the law should be that there is somebody that heals the star, look, the star and the source that give the star strength, the sun and it ray light to the star that they heal at the top. You watch here carefully. Alright, at least somebody, let's see what is written here. So that is what that's it already, you should know it. If things have been worded to the Lord, you have to look at how they really formed. That you do this or that, this one says he has been given, because they are also in the same place or in the terrain, they are working around. Like when I travel Cape Coast, there some other Congress, they did it there. Now, what would you say is the word Congress? Delegates, right? So we've been talking about such a beautiful day, and let's look at what it is. So let's continue to watch on the screen. So how's this? Some of you maybe, unless I highlight it, let's see this. Maybe highlighting it. So it is righteousness reserved continuously unto this generation, as the end is to the righteousness. You cannot say something with fault. So whoever has fallen and that you feel, you know what I do is that I decode before we see it, interpreted, and interpreting what the prophet is also interpreting by the Spirit, because I have to tell the Spirit what I don't agree with. What they made it as if he's not the one hearing, he's not the one seeing, or he's not the one watching. There we do the what? We bring the understanding, whether we see or hear or not. We bring it to even the one who hear and the one who see. Let's see if the Lord shown you what you have to talk about. Have you seen this today? Have you seen this needful today? To be what the Lord is appointed to say best on a live and broadcast. So we've had it already in the 4 places. Very well, this channel won't get to you that if I have to eat what it is, how much are you going to spend? The authority of Number. Tell myself about the unclean corruption. Number. Number. Come on, my enemy. Number.